Having someone to come home to, having someone to share a life with is beautiful, and let no one downplay that for you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Natalie's Niche. I do a lot of encouragement and self-development videos, so welcome. Today we are going to be talking about how to go from single to married. And if you're single and you're watching this video, this is the right video for you. I am by no means a marriage expert, okay? I'm just someone that loves love so much that I just kind of want to talk to my single girlies, my single friends, and let's just chit chat, you know, about things that I feel like will help you move from that singlehood to marriage. We see all these things, we see marriages, and we're like, I want that, I want to be married. It's not a bad thing to want marriage. That's one thing I want you to keep in your head from this video. It's not a bad thing to want marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Coming from someone that's married, it can be hectic, okay? Don't look at all the videos you see on social media. It can be a stress, but let's be real. Having someone to come home to, having someone to share a life with is beautiful, and let no one downplay that for you. I know for a fact that what God wants for you is a healthy, beautiful married life. So first thing, okay, you have to identify what you want. I feel like a lot of times we go about life and it's like, okay, yeah, I want to be married, but to who? Who do you want to be married to? You have to have a clear picture of who you want in your life, so that when they come, you understand, okay, this is what I want. And then when you see people that are not what you want, it's easy to say no, right? So one thing I want you to know in your single life is that you have options, okay? Let that not be, you know, I know a lot of times people will be like, okay, work with what you have. Yes, I get that, but God will not want to give you something that you're not happy with. That's one thing I know about God. If he wants to feed you, he's gonna make sure you're well fed. Even when he used 5 loaves and 2 fishes, guess what happened? He fed them and they were full. So that means that God wants you to have what you want. Do you want a God-fearing man? Do you want a man like your father? Do you want a man? You know, you have to have an idea of what you want. I know for me growing up, I really didn't have that figure of marriage. So I knew for a fact that I wanted a home. I wanted a family that I and my partner can build a legacy of, you know, healthy marriages together. And so my picture, I knew that I wanted a kind man. I wanted a man that loves family. You know, there were things in my mind that I knew for a fact I wanted. And I almost settled. My dear, do not settle. That was the second one I'm going to tell you. Don't settle. Do not settle. Keep searching for what you want. It's out there. And if it's not yet time, that doesn't mean you should settle. It just means that you should keep waiting. To identify your season of not dating, I feel like a lot of times people say they're single, but they don't really enjoy that singlehood. What I mean is, if you find yourself constantly going through relationships that are not working over and over again, maybe it's a time for you to take a pause and actually chill from talking to people. It's like you can just have normal conversation with guys and not see them in that light. Like, oh, are you single? Yes, I'm single, but I'm not dating anybody. You know, try to have a season of no dating so you can actually really relax and heal. I feel like there's so much dating going on that it confuses people sometimes. It's like, oh, John, Peter, okay, Paul, and oh, I met Nkiri yesterday, oh, I met Sandra. You know, it's like, it's so confusing, you know. So try to spend time with yourself. Have a season of no dating. Maybe give yourself, okay, for this next 3 months, 6 months, or a year, however long you want to go, take a fast from men. My dear, some of us need to fast. You need to fast from men, you need to fast from women, you need to fast. No dating. That should be another kind of fast. You know what I mean? Like, no dating scene. Like, I'm not dating anybody for this period, and that's it. And that period allows you to take a break and breathe. If you find yourself meeting the same kind of people, maybe you need a fast. You need a fast, a dating fast. Okay, take time, recoup. That time will really help you see that, okay, what do I want in my marriage? It's very important to identify what you want in your marriage before you get in it. allow yourself have a life independent from your partner. I cannot tell you how important it is to still be an individual in marriage. Coming from someone that's married, it's important that you have an identity outside of whoever you're going to be with. Like, it's so important. So if you're in a relationship, you're dating somebody, find something that is your hobby, something you love to do so much that they meet you in your happiness, they meet you in your joy, they meet you in your individuality, they meet you there. And then when they meet you there, it's like you bring so much to the relationship that that person will be like, wow, that person knows you love them, but regardless of them, you're still your person. It's such a beautiful thing to know that like she got her own. There's that thing that guys, you know, love when it's like, my girl, she can handle herself, you know. Don't be that girl that, you know, when you're in a relationship, that person is your all in all. Don't make them feel that way to the point where they think you don't have a life without them. Okay, be so individualistic. Have a life that you love. Like, oh, he's calling you to check up on you. Oh babe, what you doing today? Oh babe, I actually have to go hang out with one of my friends. She just had a baby, but I'm gonna go say hi to her, you know. And yeah, what would you like us to do later? We could possibly do something maybe tomorrow. Have a life. Don't, not every second they call you, are you available? Yes, I'm available. Like, do something. Okay, have hobbies, have a life individualistic of your partner, because I believe this is so important, and I feel like it's something that will help you to go from being single to married, because that person will look at you and see that, okay, this person will not be too overwhelming in my life to get married to, because I know that they will find ways to find joy in their lives. These days we all have to be very mindful of, you know, how we come off to people. Like, you cannot be someone's stress. We already have enough stress in this world, okay? So having to cater to you 24/7 is something that a man would want to think about, or a woman want to think about, you know. And it's like, I don't think this is marriage material. I don't think this one, like, especially for you guys, I'm talking to both men and women right now. You know, for men, like, do something, learn how to cook. Like, your girl can't be the only one cooking all the time. If you see a girl, maybe every time she comes to your house, she's doing laundry, she's doing, that girl's gonna run away. Okay, like, if you find that girls keep running away from you, maybe you need to learn how to cook and learn how to take care of the home. You know, find ways to build yourself up. Another thing is confidence, right? I feel like a lot of times, if you don't have confidence in who you are and the fact that God has said that you're gonna get married, it comes off like a red flag, to be honest. Like, if you meet a guy and all you just talk about is, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get married, you know, I've just gone through so many failed relationships, you know, I don't ever think that marriage is for me. Like, you talk so negative about your own life. How do you want someone else to bring you into their life and say, oh, I want to share my world with you, oh, I see you in my future? Like, it's such a turn off, okay? Like, yes, I understand that you might have had a very hard past, you know, you might have gone through hard things, but I want you to look forward to the future with nothing but hope. Mind the kind of ways you talk about yourself in front of a man, okay? And also men too. Be so confident. Like, confidence is such a beautiful thing. Like, when you speak and you know, like, okay, I just haven't met my husband yet, you know, I've gone through hard times, but I believe that I haven't met my partner yet. Stop dating people that are so unsure of you. Like, if someone is not sure of you, it's such a red flag. It's such something that you should not even be in, okay? Like, if there is something that convinced me about my husband, it was the fact that he was 100% sure of us. Like, 100%. Like, this man from the first day told me, you are my wife, I'm going to marry you. And then I was like, excuse me, do I know you? Just how confident he was and how sure he was of us was such a green light. It was just so, so cute to me. Like, how do you know I'm going to marry? How do you know? Tell me, how do you know I'm going to marry? You know what I mean? So a man that is so unsure of you, it's like every time you talk about your future together, about your life, it's like, you know, I'm not yet sure yet, and you know, these are things that take time, you know, and it's like, and then they don't want to look at you in your face and talk to you. Honey, that's a red flag. You gotta run, okay? You know, you have to be so sure that the person is so sure of you. You know, that's how you know that, okay, this is my man. You know, the way he talks about me, the way he carries me on his chest, you know what I mean? Like, those are such green flags that will take you from being single to married, because you are identifying, and he already identified and sees you in his future. Working on your personal development, okay? So there are some things that you need to work on before you move from single to married. And for a lot of us, for a few, very few, maybe 1% of us, that God just pushes us into marriage, and it's like you will learn in marriage. If there's anything I wish I learned before marriage, is actually personal development, like my attitude, how to handle my emotions, you know, emotional intelligence. I feel like if I had done a lot of emotional intelligence, it would have really done me well in my marriage, to be honest. Like the things I'm learning in my marriage, I should have learned them in my single time, you know. So moving from single to marriage, you know, in your every relationship you're in, take notes of things that maybe they might have said. Oh, you kind of come off really, you know, strong, you kind of come off really angry all the time, things like that. Note things like that. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that those are things you need to work on, you know. Rather than take them as negatives, take them as, okay, these are things I need to work on. Do I need to go to therapy? Do I need to, you know, read books? What do I need to do to become better in my attitude, you know, for my marriage? You know, a lot of times you need to look at yourself as a married woman while you're single. Why do I say this? I don't mean act like a married woman for a man. That's not what I'm saying. Look at yourself as a married woman. What are the things, the identities of a married woman? How does she act? You know, it says soft answers, you know, takes away wrath. You know, things like that. When you meet someone and they see just how exceptional your attitude is, how your mannerism is, how you're just a great person, he gonna wife you up right away. you're gonna be married right away, okay? But these are things, like, one thing I've noticed about marriage is that when I bring you into my life, when I say I want to get married to you, I mean I want you in my life, because life will look so much better with you. Like, life will be so much beautiful with you, right? And so if I look at my life and every day we're quarreling, we have not even gotten married yet, every day we're already quarreling, I will run away, okay? I will run away, okay? So it goes both ways, okay? Make sure you're that person's peace. Just the same way men like peace of mind, we women, we love peace of mind, okay? Because a lot of times when you ask a man, what do you want? He's like, oh, peace, let her not be stressful. Make sure you're that woman's peace too, okay? Don't come with your own stress as well. On the other end, sometimes God will keep you single until you build your spiritual life. A lot of times I feel like people think you pray to have a marriage, you know. You pray for a man, you pray for a woman, you're like, God bless me with a marriage, you know, and you feel like that's where it ends. Honey, your prayer life just began. Marriage is the main place you need prayer, okay? So I feel like building your spiritual life while you're single is so important. It is so important. Like, when God sees that you are ready to be a praying wife, he gonna bring your man right away. He will bring you your man right away. When God sees that you can head a home spiritually as a man, he gonna bring your wife. So a lot of times, if you feel like, okay, my physical part, you know, I've tried my attitude, you know, I've done personal development, I look really good, you know, maybe your spiritual life is the part that is lacking. Maybe that's where you need to work on. Okay, until you work on that, that's when God's gonna bring your partner. Learning how to take care of yourself and your environment. Okay, I feel like this is something a lot of single people need to learn. You know, taking care of a home starts from when you're single. It doesn't start from, oh, when I get to my husband's house I'll start cooking, when I get to my husband's house I'll start cleaning, when I get to my husband's house I'll start washing clothes, I'll start looking better, I'll start dressing up, you know, where I'll start dressing for my husband. If you don't start all those stuff now, you're not gonna start it later. Okay, so what are the things you need to start now? Like I said, see yourself as a wife. Declutter your space. A lot of times I see a lot of single ladies, you look cute outside, inside your house it's not cute, it's not fine. Why would you do that to yourself? Why? Clean your home, clean your home, declutter your space, dress better. I wish I knew to do all these things when I was single too. Okay, but anyways, we're all still learning, right? But I feel like if you show God that you are preparing yourself in all these ways, there ain't no way you ain't moving from single to married. Okay, and I want you to constantly speak over your life that it will come to pass. What you say happens. Your words are powerful. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. Just something chill, something nice for Valentine's. Okay, if you have a boo, well, enjoy your Valentine. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content. See you next time.